Tom, Amanda.
Amanda,
Nice
it's lovely to meet you.
Yes,
Now, I'm going to France this weekend, but I'm kind of, as always for things, 2 days too late.
You're just too late, Stephen. The third Thursday of every November is Beaujolais Nouveau Day. It's a tradition that goes back to the 70s when the third Thursday of November was the first time it was legal to sell the red wine in France.
Right.
And so people rushed the first bottles back to get them into the wine bars.
Is that still the case, though? It's still illegal to sell it?
That's right. Yeah, it is. It's just it's not enough time, you know, to make a wine properly. It's just enough time to make the wine. And so it's kind of rushed through the process. But it makes a really nice, bright, fruity wine. Not meant to be taken too seriously.
OK.
Not a wine to lay down in your cellar and all the rest of it, but just to enjoy the moment, to celebrate this bit of fun, this bit of, little bit of history.
Well, you dashed these in the back of your sports car up the M1 for us today, and here they are in the studio.
I did all the way back, 550 miles I drove to get here. This is the Marks and Spencer's Beaujolais Nouveau 2010, of course. It's £6.99, and if you have a little sniff of this one, you know. It's that cherry.
You're right.
Yeah, it's very young, isn't it?
It's very young. But it's got that really nice cherryish fruit. You know, if you think of kind of kirsch and those kind of bright cherry flavours, little sip of it. Amanda's having a sip. You know, it's fruity. It's dry. It's really nice with something like charcuterie. With, you know, with some cold meats or something like that, with some cheese.
With some chorizo.
With some chorizo would be very, very nice. It works with all of those things, but it's a wine of the moment for enjoying and just part of the fun. Not your favourite, Stephen.
I'm not having any of this, not for me.
Well, you know what? OK, carry on.
Listen,
have you got a plan?
I've got a plan. I could add lemonade to that, because I just, in Spain, they do this vino tinto thing. And that's probably terrible to say in front of a wine expert.
Tom, I think that would help it.
Listen, I don't know. I think it's nice as a celebration of the moment. Adding lemonade to wine, well, you know, as a connoisseur, I'm not sure. But why not?
Why not
try it?
Number two then?
OK, listen, number two. We're staying with Beaujolais, but the Beaujolais Nouveau is one type of Beaujolais, but it's actually only a small percentage of the wine they produce there. They also produce, let's say, kind of regular wine where it's fermented in the normal way and is released in the normal way. And I've got two wines from 2009, not from this year, from last year. And in fact, 2009 was a terrific vintage from Beaujolais. By that I just mean perfect growing conditions. The sun shone, it didn't rain, they harvested beautiful grapes and made really nice wines. So try number two. This is the Asda Beaujolais 2009. It's £4.47, so it's not expensive. It's 1 year old, and it still has that kind of cherry fruit.
Yeah. It's a lot softer, though, isn't it?
It's quite smooth,
Softer, a bit smoother. I mean, these are still kind of bright styles of wine. You know, they're not. There's no oak in them, so they're still kind of bright fruit, that cherry, raspberry kind of fruit. But I think it does that extra year from a better vintage, and it is actually, it makes for a nicer, more rounded wine, I think.
And these are low percentages as well.
They are 12.5% alcohol for this one, you know, which these days is really quite low. And again, really good with things like the, you know, sausages and cold meats, but this one's actually really quite nice for mild curry too, because it's got that kind of brightness of fruit, a wee hint of cherry sweetness that works with curried dishes. So quite a nice little wine at £4.47 from Asda.
We like that. And our third wine tonight.
The third one, we're stepping up to really the kind of top of the tree for Beaujolais. You get Beaujolais Nouveau, you get Beaujolais Village from the best villages, and the very best villages are allowed to put their name on the label. So this is a bottle of Château de Chignas Moulin à Vent, which is the name of the village, 2009, and it's £10.99 in Waitrose. So it's more than doubled in price, but you're getting a kind of serious Beaujolais this time. If you have a sniff and a taste of this one, it's quite a kind of, you know, it's a much more serious kind of gamey, leathery, solid kind of aroma to it. Still gets some of that cherry fruit, but little kind of herbal notes too.
Yeah, I've got to say, I like that.
It does taste more expensive somehow, doesn't it, that one?
It's a much more substantial wine. And these wines, these Beaujolais from places like Moulin à Vent, will actually sell for many, many years. They're kind of serious versions of this first wine.
Because
So
that
if you're a
first
wine snob, sorry, if you're a wine snob, you go for this one. You go
Well,
for the
really,
more aged
yeah. I
one,
mean, this is the top of the
which
tree.
I'm not.
And well, at £10.99, it's still not absolutely
Uh-huh.
out of this world, you know, in terms of price, but it does buy you a kind of serious style of wine.
But you could keep this one for a while, this last one, whereas the first one you'd probably be better to drink before Sunday.
Well, yes.
With lemonade!
Maybe with lemonade.
The first one actually has a drink within 3 months label
Really?
on it, which is very unusual for wine,
Right.
but it's a wine of the moment. And I think it's okay.
Right, Amanda, what was your favourite from the three?
I've got to say, actually, the more expensive one, which I don't like to say, because I'm all for, you know, the
Value,
cheaper end of...
really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But number one, but number three, rather, but number one with lemonade, I think would be good.
Lemonade.
And I'm sticking to that.
I'm with you on that one, actually. I agree on that. Tom, what are we going to do next week?
So next week, we've got a bit of a challenge because I'm going to try and find 3 wines to match with curry. And it's not something that's obvious to put wine with, but we're going to try and find 3 different wines to go with curries.
Can you bring a lager in for me as well?
Well, I
this
would
time?
like a lager too, but we've got some sparkling wine, we've got some white wine, we've got some red, so I think it'll be interesting.
All right, well, have a go, Tom. It's been a pleasure today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.